for myself. I wish.
You want to be a leader of Hamas?
I wish. But I don't have this capability.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Yeah, I don't know about that.
This is my biggest expose yet. In this video, you'll see a lot of familiar faces, people I've exposed in the past, and this time I'll not only confront them on what I found, but reveal more threats to our national security than I ever have in any investigation that I've done. Welcome back to the Nate Friedman Show.
This is David Chung. Yo, what's up, David? See you again, man. You want to talk at all about the last video? No, I'm good. What did you think of it?
No comment.
Did I get anything wrong?
No comment.
You got no comment? What? How are they paying you $80K a year?
No comment.
Are you gonna say no comment to everything?
Yep.
Yep. Bro, they're paying you $80K a year to protest? Is that wrong? Is that wrong? Tell me if it's wrong.
No comment.
I recognize David from when I exposed him in one of our previous videos. He stopped my interview with another guy that's in this video as well.
Do you think that, what's that? You gonna stop him from interviewing me? What do you want to prevent him to say?
We're getting ready to march.
David Chung is the general manager of a protest group called the People's Forum, and if you dig through their tax documents, you'll find that David Chung gets paid $75,000 a year to protest. Now, you're funding this behavior because this is David getting arrested at these protests. Now, the police do their job, but very quickly he's let out and back on the street to protest. Now, I'm sure the police are no fans of David, and David is no fan of the police. Here you can see David Chung modeling a shirt idolizing Assata Shakur, who is an activist who murdered a police officer before seeking exile in Cuba. The People's Forum, the company that he works for, is the main organizer for anti-Israel and anti-America protests here in New York. They send announcements for protests consistently throughout the week and even delete comments that don't fit their narrative. Here you can see someone write "bring them home," and within minutes that comment is deleted. David Chung also has a leadership role at Rise and Resist, another company we've exposed for funding protests. The Karen Kazoo lady that I exposed was representing Rise and Resist, and they use Act Blue to raise money for their protests.
I'm representing the folks at Rise and Resist who have been trained
so Rise
to
and
be
Resist.
You can see that they team up with the People's Forum often, and you can ask David any questions about protesting. Now, the People's Forum is funded by Roy Neville Singham, a billionaire Marxist living in China who is trying to destroy America from within. Yes, a billionaire Marxist. You heard that correctly. The House Oversight Committee right now is looking into Neville Singham, stating that the People's Forum, a Manhattan-based nonprofit which has ties to the CCP through funding from you. Now, David Chung and Manolo dos Santos, the director of the People's Forum, both serve in top positions at the Singham's Justice and Education Fund, which further shows their strong ties to this Marxist who's slowly trying to destroy America. More on that later. Next up, I confront David Chung on a photo he took with a certain congresswoman.
And how about meeting Rashida Tlaib? What was that like?
No comment.
You have no comment to meeting Rashida Tlaib? She's a big congresswoman.
No comment.
I actually did get David to talk to me in this video, even though he did tell me that he would say no comment about everything. Now, David is no stranger to Cuba activism. We know that part of his job is to protest for the communist country. Now, the People's Forum president, Manolo dos Santos, actually said the following. Listen to this. I first met Cuba in my mother's womb, when she came here in 1988 to meet with Fidel. That's where my love for Cuba was born. And after many years of sharing and accompanying Cuba's progress, not only because we stand in solidarity with Cuba, but because we need Cuba for our social struggles amidst the worst of American capitalism. And Rashida Tlaib being affiliated with the People's Forum is just one of those things that makes sense. The People's Forum wrote, "As our comrades marched in DC, we welcomed Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib and Tiffany Caban from the New York City Council." David Chung and the People's Forum are huge supporters of the communist country. They even raised over their goal initially of $150,000 all the way to $237,000 for, quote, humanitarian aid. Who knows what they actually did with that money. Now, the People's Forum encourages their protesters to bring pots and pans to the protests, and Tlaib brings that behavior straight to the Capitol.
Palestinian people, this is all for you.
She's their congresswoman on the inside. Just listen to her not condemn the statement, "Death to America."
At a rally in your district, people were chanting "Death to America." Do you condemn?
Talk to Fox News.
Do you condemn chants of "Death to America"?
I don't talk to people that use racist tropes.
Tlaib spoke at the People's Forum conference in Detroit last year, and you don't have to look farther than the podium to see them referring to all of Israel as Palestine. Now, while I was at the protest, I got this flyer about their second annual conference in August taking place at the Huntington Place Convention Center, which, you guessed it, is in Tlaib's district. Remember, it's just the second annual conference, meaning they began this conference only after the horrific attacks on October 7th. In attendance at Tlaib's speech were members of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, an actual terrorist group designated by the United States, and later in this video, I'll actually speak to one of those terror supporters right here in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, this video only gets crazier from here.
What about this school for socialism that you guys are doing? That seems interesting, right?
Yeah, you should join.
Okay, tell me what I would learn. Tell me why I should join it.
Are you actually interested though?
Yeah, I'm actually interested.
What does socialism mean to you?
Socialism mean to me? I think it's very dangerous because I think capitalism fuels innovation, but I'm skeptical, so I want to know why is socialism the right way to go.
Well, I have to get ready for the march.
So things are planned. What's the plan for today? Tell me that.
Before David tells me the plan, let's talk about that school of socialism that he's hosting, which is essentially brainwashing our youth while masquerading as a summer course. They say that anyone can participate in their school for socialism, so right now I'm going to sign up to see if that's actually true. They write Class 1, Reform and Revolution. Now that's just for Module 1. Module 3 even writes Class 2, The Violent Origins of U.S. Capitalism. Now the People's Forum is using these protests against Zionism as a way to recruit our youth and then indoctrinate them with socialism education to then ultimately attempt to take down America. I will now read directly from their website to show you what they're saying to those young kids to have them join the school for socialism. Everywhere we turn, the consequences of exploitation, war, and greed are impossible to ignore. In the United States, the Trump administration is terrorizing immigrant families, rolling back civil rights, and gutting social services. Abroad, this same administration is fueling genocide, war, and militarism, pushing humanity closer to the brink of global conflict. But Trump's agenda is only one symptom of a system that has always prioritized profit over human well-being, and that is controlled by a very small ruling class willing to sacrifice humanity for the sake of their own greed and wealth. Now, this absolute beauty of a course is being taught Tuesdays and Thursdays at their bookstore, which sells socialist literature and revolutionary theory.
We're going to have a rally to expose what Israel is doing to the children, the people of Gaza. They're actually making these aid sites, or these supposed aid sites of massacre, where they're killing people that are just lining up for aid.
Is their goal to kill as many Palestinians as possible?
Seems like it.
Okay, then why wouldn't they just drop bombs throughout the entire day constantly?
But once again, I have to do a task for this action, so I'll catch you later.
But what's the job description for today? Like, are you supposed to be in the front of the protest, leading it?
I'll be at the front, yeah.
He makes no mention of how Hamas routinely steals that aid. Here is clear evidence of Hamas doing just that. There are countless videos out there showcasing this, but you'll rarely see them from the legacy media. Hamas is also seen eating that food and living just fine in their terror tunnels beneath Gaza. Now, the Center for Peace Communications was able to interview Gazans that shared the truth about these aid sites.
الناس بتاخذ كرتونه وثلاثه بتاعت حماس بدون لك تروحش على امريكان يخلف على امريكان هم بدون طحين واكل اسامه حمدان في قطر شبعان نايم تحت المكيفات هو ونسوانه واولاده بقول لك ما حدش يروح احنا بنراهن على ايش على صمود شعبنا صمود مين يا حبيبي تعال اتفرج كيف الناس جعانه بتروح نصيحه من الشعب لحماس سلموا وراقك وروحوا دمرت غزه يا عم ارحمونا من شيء الامن ارحمونا thank you Trump.
Quote, a message to Hamas, give it up and go away, and thank you, Trump. That's going to be hard to find on CNN. In fact, CNN writes, Netanyahu also repeated the unproven claim that Hamas steals humanitarian aid in Gaza. You just saw the videos. Is it really unproven? Now, aside from the lunacy of expecting the country that was attacked to provide aid to the territory that attacked them, the UN is heavily to blame here. Take a listen.
You see that there? That is a sack of flour that the UN is letting rot in the sun. I gave up trying to count how many hundreds of sacks of flour the UN is letting rot here instead of picking it up and taking it to people who need it.
Not only is the UN just letting the food rot, but they've also admitted on their website that 87% of the aid has been looted. There's also no mention of Egypt at these protests. Egypt has given far less aid than Israel and has repeatedly kept their crossing, the Rafah border crossing, sealed. They also refuse to accept Palestinian refugees. Egypt goes as far as to block activists when they try to march to Gaza and even deported more than 70 protesters. But there hasn't been any word of that at this protest. David, you told me you watched the video, so maybe you're watching this one. Just ask yourself, if Israel wanted to kill as many civilians as possible, why would they pass out thousands of leaflets warning civilians before they strike? And why would they give Gazans any food at all if their intention was only to kill?
I'll be at the front, yeah.
You'll be at the front, okay. And well, tell me about that, because people want to know, like, what does your day-to-day look like?
My day-to-day, I feel like you're gonna turn whatever I say.
No, I'm not. Go ahead.
So
no, just go ahead.
Once
Tell me.
again,
No,
comment.
tell me your day to day. I will not do that.
How do I know? You always have editorial control of what goes out on your website. So.
I mean, you've seen the channel. Do you feel like I cut stuff up?
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Our interaction when you came up to me.
Once again, I will come find you later. I
don't think you will. I don't think you will. I think
you know where I'm going to be.
We're having a good conversation.
He says I cut stuff up, and he can't provide one example of me doing that. I hear people out, and the irony is that he came to stop my interview last time, which is quite literally cutting the interview live. David Chung, ladies and gentlemen. And one funny thing about David is that he studied economics in college, and now he's pro-socialism, a walking example that college doesn't make you smarter by default. In fact, you can often go the other direction, which is why the college employment rate for Gen Z men who graduated college is about the same as those who didn't. Now, despite David being an activist on the street, he keeps all his social media private. But by far the best thing about David is that he's a vicious anti-capitalist that works for a billionaire. Go figure.
Hey man, can I ask what your headband says?
هو يعني بيقول جبهة التحرير للشعب الفلسطينية.
Oh, I don't speak Arabic.
معلش.
Can you speak English?
والله أنا مش عارف إنجليزي.
Only Arabic?
I will have him speak in Arabic in a moment and you'll see the translation, but take a second to fully internalize what you're seeing. This is a man in New York City who is wearing the headband of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, which is a group designated as terrorists by the United States. In 1970, they hijacked 4 planes and blew them up in Jordan. 2 years later, the PFLP partnered with the communist Japanese Red Army to launch an airport massacre in Tel Aviv that left over 20 dead. 17 people who died in the massacre were American citizens. In 2001, they assassinated Israeli Minister Raham Tsevi. More recently, they've been responsible for several suicide attacks. During the Second Intifada in 2003, they killed 3 soldiers and a civilian at the Geha interchange. The PFLP not only celebrated the October 7th attacks, but they're longtime allies of Hamas. They also participated in the attacks themselves. They took pictures that day because of how proud they were. Now listen to their spokesperson's response when asked if he would make peace with Israel. This was filmed in 1970.
Why won't your organization engage in peace talks with the Israelis?
You don't mean exactly peace talks, you mean capitulation, surrendering.
Why not just talk?
Talk to whom?
Talk to the Israeli leaders.
That's kind of conversation between the sword and the neck, you mean?
Well, if there were no swords and no guns in the room, you could still talk.
No.
Now this man you see on the screen is wearing their headband in New York City. This is what globalizing the Intifada represents. Zoran Mamdani does not condemn that phrase, and he's got a 79% chance to become the next mayor of New York City. Now, do the police allow this? Do they call it free speech to support a terror group like that? Well, when I spoke to a Hamas member in New York City and then reported it to the police, this is what they had to say.
So if there was 50 people with Hamas headbands, it would be fine? Yes. 100?
Yes.
Even 1,000?
Yes.
Okay, well, can you say in Arabic what you're doing here today?
أنا هنا عشان تضمن الشعب في غزة عشان هم حيموت من جوع واحنا عارفين هذا الهولوكاست الجديدة، الهولوكاست 2025. احنا لازم موجود في الشوارع عشان شجوع الشعب الغزة وشجوع الشعب الفلسطيني كله.
Obviously, that is an absurd thing to say. Comparing the controlled retaliation of having 1,200 of your civilians killed and to a systematic elimination of Jews is beyond disgusting. Hitler was killing 15,000 Jews a day. Calling what Israel is doing a Holocaust is the same as denying the Holocaust. So where'd he learn how to talk like that? Well, from right here at home. From our very own Rashida Tlaib, who said, quote, "There's a kind of calming feeling I always tell folks when I think of the Holocaust." She actually said that. Hear it for yourself.
Created something of a stir by coming out in favor of a one-state solution in Israel and Palestine. And I think you may be the only Democrat who's publicly supported a one-state solution. So what is your vision for a one-state solution that meets both Palestinian and Israeli or Jewish national aspirations?
Absolutely. And let me tell you, I mean, for me, just a few, I think 2 weeks ago or so, we celebrated, or just it took a moment, I think, in our country to remember the Holocaust. And there's a kind of a calming feeling I always tell folks when I think of the Holocaust and the tragedy of the Holocaust, and the fact that it was my ancestors, Palestinians, who lost their land and some lost their lives, their livelihood, the human dignity, their existence in many ways have been wiped out, and some people's passport. I mean, just all of it was in the name of trying to create a safe haven for Jews.
If someone like that got elected to be a congresswoman, could they become president? AOC compared the southern border to a concentration camp, and she's one of the likely Democrat nominees for 2028.
What do you think that Hamas should do next?
أنا مش من حماس.
You don't know about Hamas?
أنا مش من حماس. أنا مش عندي فكرة.
Should Hamas destroy Israel?
أنا ما عندي شيء رأي على حماس.
Do you work with the People's Forum?
أنا بشتغل في العالم.
You work with everybody?
أنا بشتغل في المدينة دي.
Can I ask why you don't want to speak English?
والله المش مهم أصلاً. وأنا مش عارف أنت إيه أصلاً، يعني أنت من تنظيم إيه؟ أنت بشتغل مين؟
Did you learn Arabic in the United States?
نعم.
So who is funding him? If we look at their US donors, you'll find out in a second that it's George Soros, just hidden under a bunch of NGOs. Sammy Dune, who also is designated as a terror group, gives them money. We know from one of our previous videos that Sammy Dune has said things like, "Long live October 7th," and they even passed out candy in Germany celebrating October 7th. So they're funded by the Alliance for Global Justice, who, by the way, also gives to the People's Forum, who funds many of the protests in New York. The Alliance for Global Justice is funded by the Tides Foundation, Open Society Foundation, and the New Venture Fund. George Soros has given $32 billion to the Open Society Foundation. He's also the principal donor of both the Tides and New Venture Fund. Now, when I exposed the Soros family for funding this and how Sammy Dune is still operating in the United States, billionaire Bill Ackman shared my work and tagged Alex Soros, saying, "Was any of this wrong?" To which there were just crickets. Nothing from Alex Soros. Now, it would seem like George and his son want to destroy the West, and they're trying to start with Israel. Look, this is obviously getting insane. People are openly dressed as terrorists on the street of our country. Now, no one wants to prepare for disaster, but sometimes it's just the responsible thing to do. And that's why I recommend getting a 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. You get over 2,000 calories a day and meals that last up to 25 years, all packed in sturdy, stackable tubs, sourced and made right here in the US. Now, it ships fast and can be at your door in the next 2 to 3 days. And right now, they're giving all viewers of The Nate Friedman Show an exclusive deal, but it won't last. After doing these interviews with people who don't want to see the West survive, I trust My Patriot Supply in case things get out of hand. Now, scan the QR code to find exactly what is included and why My Patriot Supply is also trusted by millions of other Americans. In a crisis, grocery stores are not reliable. Be the one who's ready, not the one left scrambling. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Nate. That's mypatriotsupply.com/Nate and grab your kit today. And now, back to the streets. Next up, I saw our man in the red headband speaking English to his friend as soon as I left. Now, of course he spoke English. He understood everything I was saying, but it got me thinking, Who is his friend that is also cushy with a terrorist organization? Maybe that could lead me to the man in the red headband. Meet John Francis Mulligan. He's a professional protester. Here he is outside the Wild Goose, a bar that works with terror supporters like Kneecap, who was the band that wrote F Israel at the biggest music festival in the world. Here's Francis supporting 2 city councilors that are advocating for less police at religious schools. They are LGBTQ advocates that believe religious schools teach anti-gay views and thus don't deserve police protection. Now, Francis goes wherever he's asked to for a protest. Sometimes he goes above and beyond, though, and gets himself arrested after occupying a Trump building. If you take a photo of him at the protest and just look at one of his associates, you'll see that there's deep ties with these protest groups with far-left politicians. This was the guy that was standing with Francis in the last photo, and then here's him just taking a picture with AOC. AOC has a petition to defund the police, and here's Francis advocating for the same at a protest that he's very clearly getting his photo taken at. Now, one of the congresswomen that I had the privilege of speaking to on the Hill, Claudia Tenney, told me that she has a paid protester problem in her district. She says that they take the photos and then they reimburse them for cash. Now, Francis is a Gays for Palestine guy, or a Chickens for KFC guy, however you want to call it, and he's not the only one here doing that. I spotted this dude, who I saw at the Tesla takedown protest shouting into a rolled up poster board. Now, upon first glance, it would seem like there's some confusion going on with him. His name is Ryan Casey, and he's a paid actor. No, like, he's literally a paid actor. He's a writer and performer. So he takes these protesting jobs as a gig. Now, here he is shouting with Rise and Resist with my other paid protester in the background. Now, I talked to this guy at the Khalil rally, and you can see him at pretty much any New York City protest. But back to Ryan. After finding out who he was and then his Instagram, you can see that he uses his Instagram as a portfolio as a paid protester. You can just scroll and find him at nearly 100 different protests. He wants to abolish ICE, he believes Musk and Trump are terrorists, and he wants you to know that trans people will always exist. Right, but not in Palestine. Ryan, this performance would not sell well in Gaza, and then it would end before intermission. Now, here's what Palestinians actually think of the LGBTQ community. Take a listen.
LGBT support Palestine during the war. Do you see them as your allies?
Now, a wise man once said, you can find queers for Palestine, but you will never find Palestine for queers. Next up, we have the man I interviewed before David Chung stopped my interview. The last time we exposed that he'd been seen multiple times with members of Hamas. Let's see what he's actually trying to accomplish here in this country.
Mohammed. Hey man, how you been, buddy?
Hey.
Good to see you.
Oh, you took me last time interview,
yeah,
right?
How you doing?
Good, how are you? Don't twist it.
In about 0.5 seconds, this woman comes over to stop the interview and warn him that they're about to march soon. Her name is Veronica, and she's new to the professional protester game. Right now, she's doing ads with the PSL, the same group that organized protest a day after October 7th and openly supports North Korea. By doing this ad with them, you are promoting their 10-point program that features a call to abolish deportation and seize the banks. The DC embassy shooter was affiliated with PSL and attended their protests and meetings at their Chicago branch. Now, the PSL supports Hamas, and they're funded by the People's Forum, which is funded by Roy Neville Singham. Now, Veronica, I read some of your work. You want to abolish police and prisons. Quote, I'm near certain most people advocating for police abolition know that it implies prison abolition, and this is something that's really exciting to see. I would say you need help, but that kind of talk is winning you awards, it would seem. You won the philosophy and religion undergraduate essay at Northeastern for your paper on Palestinian hunger strikes. Congrats. You came from Canada and you got recruited to turn America into a socialist country. Now, when people say that colleges are brainwashing our youth, this is what they mean. And now, back to Mohammed.
Let's speak. No, we're not twisting anything.
Don't twist it.
Don't twist it. What did I twist last time? What did I twist last time? I let you speak.
You twist. That's okay. As a journalist, if you make your profession, make it halal. Do what I said real, public it is gonna be benefited for you here. You're gonna make good money.
Okay.
And day of judgment.
Okay.
Like later on, Allah gonna give it to later life. Gonna give you blessing. Whatever.
Okay, so let me ask you. I saw you're at a ton of different protests.
I saw it. Millions of views, I know.
Okay,
but
do you,
I said,
do you work?
Right, my brother. Okay. If you
I
believe
understand.
you are probably. You said you are Jewish.
I'm Jewish, yeah.
Okay. Jewish comes from Prophet. We are all from Prophet Ibrahim.
Okay.
Prophet Ibrahim. You guys son of Prophet Ibrahim. We are son of fucking son. Same. We are same.
Okay. You don't have your flag with you today.
Oh, last time it was broke. You know that the Zionists got attacked me.
Zionists attacked you?
Yeah.
I wish I could see the video.
Yeah, Zionists. There are 4 or 5 people. They got attacked me from backside. And at one point they tried to catch my flag. And so in my bag and pouring water.
Mohammed, you are a liar. I hope you think that this journalism you're about to witness is halal, because I actually got that video of you quote-unquote being attacked. You very conveniently left out the part where you attacked first. Sound familiar? Now here is you following a group of pro-Israel protesters home, which is something that you do according to this post on Instagram of you getting arrested. She writes, he also likes to follow us after protests to the train on numerous occasions. Very creepy guy. Anyway, you're following them home and the Zionist asks you to stop and go away. Then you strike him with your flag. In the end, you did get pepper sprayed and arrested, as you should because you broke the law. And now we're going to learn what it is you truly want from all the activism.
I saw that you were next to Hamas headbands. Do you support Hamas? Because you're next to them.
To be honest, if you want to tell me truth, I wish I can take position Ismail Haniyeh one day.
It's what?
In my dream?
Yeah.
You know Ismail Haniyeh?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. You don't know Sarwar? Sarwar, you know Sarwar?
I don't know the pronunciation, I don't.
Okay.
Sinwar, are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, Sinwar, yeah.
What the position they belongs?
Yeah.
The leader?
So
I wish I can be a leader like that.
You wish you could be like Sinwar?
I can get this position for myself. I wish.
You want to be a leader of Hamas?
I wish. But I don't have this capability.
Inshallah.
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 Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know about that. So inshallah you become a leader of Hamas.
Allah give it to me. I will bless, but I don't think
so. What would you do? Tell me, give me the rundown, man. No, give me the rundown. What would you do as leader of Hamas?
If I go become a...
Yeah, what would you do?
I will make one change. Wallahi.
Oh yeah, what would you do? Tell me.
One change. Just one change for world.
What was it? What would be the
one change I will bring it to him. If any Muslim got 1 pound of blood,
yeah,
same blood gonna go from other side.
Oh, blood for blood.
Okay. Not one blood equal to billions of dollars. That's gonna do one right. I will build it.
So
if I ever become let's say I'm the leader of Hamas, that's the one change I will make. There, whatever you want to take my money. Take.
Okay. So how many?
You want to take my blood?
Yeah.
I will take fucking same blood from you.
Okay. So how many Palestinians have died since October 7th? How many? How many?
This is my opinion.
How many Palestinians have died since October 7th?
What?
How many Palestinians have died since October 7th?
Allah knows.
Huh?
Allah knows. I heard it's 48,000.
48,000?
Yeah.
So as leader of Hamas, you would get in there and say, let's kill 48,000 Israelis. Yeah?
It should be same amount blood comes from both sides.
Okay.
It should be.
Why did Israel bomb Gaza? What happened?
Because, look, we're Muslim.
What happened on October 7th?
We're not over there.
Huh?
We're Muslim.
Yeah.
When you guys was attacked,
you guys?
You guys, yeah.
Why is it you guys? I'm American.
When you're Jewish, right?
Yeah.
You're from Israel, right?
Oh, so Jewish, so anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism, Jews and Zionists is the same thing.
No. You take it off.
No, you said you guys.
I said you from Israel, right?
No, I'm from America.
Oh, you're from...
I was born in America.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Okay.
That was a close one. Who knows what he'd try to do if I was Israeli. Here's Mohammed worshipping former leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh. Now, I knew about Haniyeh, but from the pronunciation, I couldn't quite hear it, as well as the protests being very loud. Now, it's not just Sinwar that he looks up to, but it's all the Hamas leaders, which must be tough because they keep going away, so he has to find a new idol to look up to all the time. Now, he cheers for many organizations, one of which is called Within Our Lifetime. Now, Within Our Lifetime made a map of Jewish businesses to avoid in New York City, straight out of the 1930s. They were the ones responsible for the Rockefeller Center tree lighting protest, displaying swastikas in the Israeli flag. Now, Within Our Lifetime has also chanted, "Strike, strike, Tel Aviv." Within Our Lifetime is funded by an NGO called Westpac. Westpac's revenue from 2020 to 2023 has spiked from $411,000 to $2.3 million. Much of their donations have been masked, though, like this one, a $180,000 donation from Fidelity's charity gift fund. Now, donors do this through something called a donor advised fund, the same type of fund Roy Neville Singham used to donate to the People's Forum, but he got caught. Now, Westpac hosted former Congressman and squad member Jamal Bowman, and then AOC at a company event. The CEO of Westpac has said, "The attack from Gaza has a context. Decades of constant violence, pogroms, expulsions, and apartheid inflicted on Palestinians. There is no context for rape." It may not come as a surprise at this point, but George Soros gives Westpac money through the Tides Foundation, and Soros gives money to Jewish Voices for Peace, which the president of Westpac is intimately involved with. Because many of these pro-Palestine groups are literal terrorist groups, they have to be fiscally sponsored, and Westpac fiscally sponsors 15 anti-Israel groups, including Palestine Youth Movement and the Student Justice for Palestine. Now, the CEO of Westpac's husband and also the president of Westpac is, get this, Jewish. He hates himself that much. Now, I'll let Mohammed talk more, and then I'm going to expose him even more.
Do you work with the People's Forum?
No, I don't work for People's Forum, no.
Okay, you work for Palestinian Youth Movement?
When I work for them, it's not like that I work for them, but whatever, when they stand for Palestine, or protest for Palestine.
I just noticed that you're at the front of all these protests.
It doesn't matter who is this. If someone stand for Palestine, for justice, I'm with them. If someone stand for Gaza, I'm for Gaza.
How is it that you're always at the front of the protest? Do you get informed about the protest before it happens?
I like to lead, so I'm a chant leader.
You're a chant leader. How do you get that job?
I'm just doing it.
What?
I'm just doing it.
You're just doing it?
Yeah, I'm just doing it.
So,
it's my profession. I just like it. I like when I go to do something like Palestine. This is my flag.
Yeah.
So I do myself.
Okay. So what do you do for work?
I worship Allah. When you worship Him, He will never let you sleep without eating. Trust on Him.
How do you make money?
I'm a PhD assistant.
What?
PhD assistant. I am in Manhattan Mojid. You know Manhattan Mojid? Sheikh Mustafa.
Sheikh Mustafa?
Yeah.
What is it, a store you own or something?
So I'm his assistant. Like we're helping him.
Oh, where?
Manhattan Mojid.
Manhattan what?
Manhattan Mojid.
Okay, is it what oh, you're a janitor.
I do whatever I can do for mosque.
Oh, so you work at a mosque?
Yeah, I work for a mosque too.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
This is personal question, bro.
What?
This is your personal question.
I'm asking you if you're a citizen.
This is gonna be last question. I'm gonna go. But
Okay, are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
You're not?
No.
Are you on a green card?
No.
How are you here?
I'm not gonna give you this question answer.
So you're not a citizen?
I'm not gonna give you this question answer.
Why don't you tell me if you're a citizen?
I'll see you.
A man who wants to lead Hamas and refuses to say if he's a citizen. Not a great combination. Here's Mohammed with Sheikh Mustafa, an imam who resigned from his position at the National September 11th Memorial Museum because the museum showed a film that linked global jihad to al-Qaeda. He felt that it would cause low information viewers to equate al-Qaeda terrorists with all members of the faith. The sheikh later on faced up to 15 years of prison time in 2019 because he swindled at least $140,000 while working as a tax prepper at an Ethiopian restaurant. Now, when Mohammed was talking to me, he left out the part that he's also a manager of Galaxy Wireless Cell Corporation. One of the reviews on Yelp that they've gotten says, "These guys are a bunch of scam artists. They scammed my little sister out of $400 for a refurbished iPhone 6. Can you believe it? That phone goes for about $260. Then talk about no returns. Shame on you people for preying on an innocent girl. You could just be walking around New York City trying to get your phone repaired and not realize you're going into a store that worships Hamas. That's what is happening in our country right now." Mohammed writes on his LinkedIn that it took him 12 years to get his MBA. Now, I'm not sure of Fresno's course material, but that's a long time to get your MBA. Now, I don't know exactly what happened there, but it could be that he's abusing the visa system. Mohammed is from Bangladesh, and just from looking at his education, it would seem he left in 2013.
والله لو أخرجنا اليهود من فلسطين لو أخرجناهم من فلسطين وأخرجناهم من بيت المقدس دون أن يسلموا ولو ذهبوا آخر العالم سنلاحقهم وسندعوهم إلى الإسلام وندعو بوجه الإسلام وندعو جميع النصارى للإسلام. نعم نعم ديننا دين الرحمة.
What's up, David? I spoke to some people. You want to keep talking? You actually were willing to talk for a bit, which was nice. You don't want to talk anymore?
I gotta get ready for the march.
But you said that 30 minutes ago, man. You're still getting ready?
We still got another hour, man.
But this is a sweet job, though, right? Like, you kind of chill and then you wait for the march.
Nate, no comments.
Okay, all right. You do seem honestly like a nice guy. That is what I would notice, okay? Which means I would love to talk. I swear to God, I really mean that.
All right. Yeah.
I disagree with absolutely everything you do, and I'm sure you disagree with everything that I do, but I still think that we should have a conversation, because if we don't have a conversation, then it's not really America anymore.
Sounds good.
You would agree?
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's have it now.
Not right now.
Why not, bro?
Right
Why not?
Not right now.
Look at, we're smiling, man. Come on, man. Dude, life is good, right? I mean,
Nate, I have things to do right now, and
you have things to do? You're just chilling right here. What do you have to do?
No comment.
You have nothing to do right now. The march isn't for 30 minutes, right?
No comment.
Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the first episode of our investigation from this Union Square protest. If you missed any paid protester investigation, I have compiled a playlist of all of our paid protester episodes and linked it down in the comments. Right here is a video where I went to the Capitol to speak to congressmen and women about all my investigations. Now, I appreciate you for watching, and keep spreading the truth.